And I'm back today with a 12 by 12 process for Lottie Loves Paper. So this one classes as an advertisement, and I am using the Cocoa Vanilla Studios Legendary Collection, which is just awesome. And so I've chosen to use this cut file, which is like 6 little Polaroid frames. And I've chosen to scrap these pictures of my little boy when he was younger. And he was reading a book, or looking at a book called Hello Monkey, which is what I decided to call the layout as well. Now, I had a bit of trouble with this cut file because it's quite fiddly, and I wanted to back 2 of the frames with an actual photograph and then the rest of them sort of in colour. So I started by choosing the photographs that were going to go in it, and then I'm just fussy cutting around and making sure that I've kind of chopped off enough of the photograph and that there's enough of him visible. So I'm just putting the photographs in the central part of the Polaroid frame. Getting behind those hearts was a little bit tricky, and my glue's weird at the moment. I need better glue. I'm going to experiment with some different glues. My glue is really runny, and you may have seen me with a wet wipe just a couple of seconds ago trying to clean it up because it was so messy. So I decided to use that lovely wood grain, and I wanted to use that yellow because the yellow matches perfectly with the front cover of the book. So I'm just now going around the outside of the cut file, and I'm going to stick the whole thing down onto that yellow paper. Now, I almost felt bad about using the yellow paper because it's that lovely rainbowy paper on the back, but it just worked so well, and I really wanted to tie in that yellow, like I said, from the book, so kind of had to give in. I have got another sheet of the rainbow. So then I just spent quite a long time fussy cutting around the edge of this Polaroid frame. It did take me quite a while. I don't make you watch it all, and then I do take out the centres because I felt like I wanted to back the middle of them with a different coloured cardstocks. I played around for quite a while with what backing paper to use for the whole thing, and in the end I chose that beautiful dark coloured wood grain paper. I do love a wood grain. And then I started to cut up some other pieces. So I'm going to go with stars on one, some yellow. That yellow with the little triangles on is from one of the cut apart sheets, and then I and ah about, do I put this rainbowy paper in, but it didn't quite cover it because I'd cut it out. So I do spend quite a long time here trying to decide which is the best paper to use to back the cut file with. And I start popping some little bits of ephemera on, see if that gives me an idea as well. And I think quite a few times with this layout I did walk away from it and then come back a little bit later on when I'd finally decided what I was going to do and what colour papers I was going to use and things like that. So yeah, just lots of moving it around until I was happy with how it looked. I tried that brick one, that didn't quite work. And then I decided to use another one of the stars because the stars are so lovely. Definitely wanted another one of the star paper. And then I kind of and ahed about those arrows. And then I looked at the grey. The grey just wasn't right at all. That comes out again. That didn't look right at all with the colour scheme. But then I decided, well, I can't decide what to do. So I decided I'll stick them all down instead. So I start sticking things on. And I realised how nice the back looks with that rainbowy coloured paper. But I'm still happy I went with the yellow. Then I do often cut off the branding strips. I somehow they detract for me from the layout. So I always have to cut them off. So then I decided to tear a couple of little pieces out here. And have some of the yellow poking out from behind just to tie everything together. And then I finally, I think at this point, make a decision as to what paper is going to back that final one, and it's this. I'm going to use this. I was trying to save it for another layout, and I think no, it's going to spoil it if I don't use it on this one, so there we go. I use the part of the rainbow that's greeny, yellowy, bluey coloured. And then I use a whole load of adhesive foam to pop on the back of this cut file so that it's just popped off the page a little bit, give it a little bit of depth. I do like to use quite a lot of foam. I do get through it. It's something that I use quite a lot of. There's my lots and lots of double-sided sticky as well. And there it goes. Stick it down. Very happy with how that's looking. and then just a couple of little bits of glue. And then I put some adhesive foam, this is double-sided adhesive foam, on the back of that word hello, because I wanted that to pop off as well. And then I just decide where I'm going to put all my little bits of ephemera and just have a little play. There's not many pieces of ephemera I put on this one. I don't over embellish this one, but I did like that little flag that said fun on it. And then I think I pop a few little stars on, and that strip as well, that was from the cut apart sheet. That just seemed to sit nicely underneath there, something outside of those Polaroid frames. And then I use my little tab punch to punch out a little tab. I don't think I use that in the end. I think that goes off again. And I go back through my little drawer of the matching ephemera to see if there's anything else I want to add on. And I just choose to pop on another couple of stars, which I took at various points around the layout. And then I pop a few enamel dots on as well. I love enamel dots. And I have Nuvo drops as well, so when I run out of enamel dots in a particular colour, I do then head for the Nuvo drops. So I'm more than happy with that. And I'm going through my clear stickers. I found one that I think that says awesome. And I found a few different pieces, and I was going to use them, and then I changed my mind. But I do find that arrow, which I liked. I don't know if that stays though. If I take that back off again, I can't remember. Oh no, look, it does come back off. I often do this, put things on, take them off. And then I think, oh yes, I do. I choose a few of the words from the cardstock sticker sheet as well to pop inside that frame. I think it says, what a character, you're the best, and I'm not quite sure what that top one says. But yeah, just 3 phrases to pop in there. I did wonder about popping another word from the titles, but then I decided actually I want to do something slightly different. And I go for my foamy letters, which you'll see me do in just a second. And I have really, really small foamy letters, these ones, but they're blue, which didn't sit quite right with me because the other word hello was black. So I stick them on a piece of paper like that, and I just dye them black using a Stays On ink pad. Now I do leave that overnight to dry, because I have in the past moved it too soon and then got it all over me. So I just dyed them black to make them kind of stick out there, and they go on there, and I absolutely love how it's looking now. It's taken a whole load of time to get this to come together, but it did work in the end. And then the final step for me is just to soften up that wood grain. It is quite I'm not going to say harsh, but it is quite dark, so I decided to do some drops of Liquitex acrylic ink and then some splatters around the edge as well. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for some close-ups at the end, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.